profile traders, and this is the market recap and analysis for September the 29th. As we can see from this back and forth, ES is now stuck in a state of rotation. The big rotation goes from 1954 to 1980. We now need to clear 54 to go to 40, or clear 80 in order to go first to 90 and then 2000. Before we would hit 54, your area of support is 64. Once we break below 64, we should definitely go down and challenge 54. On the other hand, for any break of the upside out of this rotation, we need to clear 1980. Until we do not exit either out of 80 or 54, the best trade locations are to sell close to 77 and buy close to 56. Fade the extremes of this rotation until one side decides to break. And of course, if we consolidate close to one of the levels and then we try to break it, that break is going to be much more valid than if we come from one extreme, from the low straight to the high, or from the high straight to the low, trying to break out of 54 or 80. As for crude, it is also a little nasty back and forth mess, even though that today's close was very strong. But as this market is being now completely and totally and 100% detached from fundamentals of supply, demand, geopolitical, etc., it's all 100% in hands of computer programs that are causing a very filthy, nasty mess in this market. But based on the close of today and the fact that it's a trending profile, one must accept that it was a clear-cut win by the buyers. Therefore, now we have to look at 93.75 as our main level of support. As long as 93.75 holds, possibility of going towards 95, and then once we break 95, we should be on a breakup mode. It's pretty darn high. If we do break 93.75 on the downside, then we're gonna re-enter back this trading rotational mess that is a back and forth and back and forth. Therefore, if there is a pullback tonight towards 93.75, that a whole area becomes support. We break below that, you should then target 92.85 on the downside. For a break on the upside, now we are dealing with 94.85. Once we clear that 95 and once we exit out of 95, we are going to be in a breakup mode. So that's going to be a very important level of resistance, the 95. It's going to tell us a whole bunch about what will happen to price once we're going to come and test or challenge it. For gold, I tweeted an article which is extremely interesting, and it's telling us that what I was suspecting about this very nasty manipulation of gold was not just a wet dream, but it was reality. And the story is that the exchange, the COMEX, must maintain a certain amount of physical gold in their vault to back up all these worthless contracts that you and I play from our computers. And once every while, when somebody redeem its contract for physical, they have to have the gold to deliver. But as you know, the demand for physical is so high that there is a shortage of physical up there. If you want to buy billions and you're a billionaire, there is nowhere to find the billions. Every billionaire is snatching them. So what they do is that on a daily basis, the exchange itself, which is extraordinarily illegal, through their policies, they short this market. They knock it down, make sure that by knocking it down, whoever is buying the contracts start to lose money, and the fact they're starting to lose money, they offset their contracts, and there is no more than a risk of getting hit with redemption and request for physical gold. It is disgusting, it is illegal, it is very, very abnormal for an exchange to be conducting such operations. But as I told you 100 times, when you live in a zoo and there is no zookeeper, and every single stinky, filthy, smelly monkey dance at its own rhythm and at its own song, this is what you get. A chaos and a mess. So it is going nowhere, even though that I strongly believe it is an absolutely undervalued asset at this price, and it should be at least $200 to $250 higher. So we shall see how much an exchange can artificially manipulate and keep price low. My opinion is that in history it has never succeeded long term. You can do this kind of mumbo jumbo in the very short term, but after that it's gone. Market readjusts itself to reality and price will go back to its normal behavior. As of right now, it's trading range as well. The trading range in the big picture goes from 1240 all the way down to 1207. So 1240 is really the big number up there. I know it's far away, but that's how it is. It's the big trading range. And then the low here, the 1208, or whatever this low is, 12066 is the main number. So 12066 to 1240. Buy as close as possible to 1206 by not risking anything below it, because below it it could go down straight to 1180, and sell it as close as possible to 1240, because they will have to let it go up quite significantly to break that level. And avoid the middle, because in the middle you're going to get churned and chopped and burned by the fluctuation that is useless and meaningless. If I take these last 3 sessions, you can now, if you will, put in a little bracket that would go on from 1224.5 for an upside break to a low of 1212.8. We break 1212.8, we should go challenge 12066. We break above 1224.6, we should go challenge 1230. So we have a mini bracket inside the bigger bracket. As for the euro silliness, the story is this. The story is that as the world is going down the drain, mainly because of a mismanagement by the United States, i.e., for example, the situation in the Middle East. Now everybody is talking about ISIS, but everybody forgets who on earth and who on hell created ISIS. Nobody else but a scumbag by the name of Hussein Obama, and his mismanagement and his lack of competence and his carelessness, the fact that he thought he was going to go kiss the butt of these jihadis, and the jihadis will come and say, instead of Allah Akbar blowing themselves, they were going to say Obama Akbar and not blow themselves, and he got it completely wrong. So all this uncertainty around the world is pushing every single penny that is out there to come to the United States. Let me tell you something about all the money coming into the United States, you sucker foreigners. Every single penny will be kept in the United States via a very soon crash that they will create to keep all these trillions of dollars that has entered the United States in its stock market, under its toilet paper currency, and elsewhere. You don't believe me? Go look at the history. Go see what happened to the Japanese during Reagan when they all thought they're geniuses to come and buy every single piece of worthless real estate in the United States. Go ask about the dot-com people, how much money they made when every single penny in the world was coming into the NASDAQ chasing the dot-coms. Go ask how much money the world made on the last real estate bubble in the United States when all the subprime exploded to the downside and everybody lost their shorts. Do you truly believe that this low-life scumbag Baldy of Blancfin of Goldman Sachs, or that other mafiosi Jimmy Dimon of JP Morgan, and every other scumbag banker and Federal Reserves and politician in the United States will allow you to bring your money, trillions of dollars, into the United States and then make money and then exit your money? Funny. Real funny. Keep on bringing it. Bring some more. Please. It's a safe haven. Buy the dollar more. Buy the market more. Come here. You can also buy some real estate too. There is a suitcase full of cash with your name written on it. You're going to go at the end of the day with millions of dollars profit to your home country, and then you're going to say, God bless America. They make so much money for us. Yeah, right. We shall see. Anyway, meanwhile, the game is on. They're baiting the water. The dumb tuna is coming into the churn. Everything is beautiful. This worthless piece of trash of euro has no life in it. Can't pick up a single goddamn session and close on the upside. We shall see what happens here. Watch very carefully. 1.2669. We break that. I have no idea what kind of a reaction it will bring. If we start to stabilize a little bit here, it would not be surprising to see a little bit of a extraordinary oversold condition rally to kick in and take us up first to 27.50 and then after that 27.90. So it's going to be very interesting to see how this whole thing will end, and how these scumbag bankers in the United States will end up causing some kind of a chaos in here in order to keep all this cash into their pockets and send all these poor foreigners with their dirty underwears only left on their butt. Have a wonderful evening and talk to you tomorrow.